Howdy, this is Bud, and today this is a tutorial, hopefully a short one, of how to make Aunt Peggy proud biscuits, or homemade biscuits that would make Aunt Peggy proud. The Taylor side of the family has an aunt named Aunt Peggy. The Lord took her home not too long ago. We all miss her and we all love her. And she made the best biscuits in the world. The best homemade buttermilk biscuits I've ever tasted in this whole wide world. Well, I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to make biscuits that would make Aunt Peggy proud. Okay, what you do is, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to use a food processor. Okay, this is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. This will read backwards, but you can see that's baking powder. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then, don't forget this, because I did the other day. And the biscuits were good, but they came out a little harder, not as soft and flaky. But we're going to use baking soda. Don't forget it. Okay? That'll read backwards, but you're smart enough, you know what that means. And we're going to use a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to put on top of the flour and the baking powder. Okay, and I got a small counter here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything up as I go, so I can clear this counter off, because that's where I'm going to be not kneading, but forming my biscuits. Okay. Okay. I forgot to get this out. This is a biscuit cutter. Okay. Now what I want to add is, this is not coffee. Okay. This is sugar. I keep sugar in this to keep bugs out of it. I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of sugar, put right on top there. Now I'm going to put sugar up, but you'll notice I won't put the flour up. Okay, now you want a half teaspoon cream of tartar. Right on top of there. I need to get some more. Okay. Now it says that I need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but guess what? See, this is salt. I am going to put in a heaping pinch of salt. Okay. Now I am finished with the dry products. What I'm going to do, I am going to put this in the food processor flour. Everything's already mixed together. Okay. I'll plug my food processor in, and I'm going to put the top on it and pulse it just for maybe 1/2 to 1 second. You don't. Okay, you just want the stuff mixed up. That's all you want. Take the top off. And get you out a 1/2 pound of butter. Or one stick of butter. Now, you want to put this in here, but you don't want to put it in all at once. It'll cause your processor to work a little overtime. Okay, so dice it up. Oh, tablespoon at a time, or whatever you want it. However big you want your heads of butter to be. Now make sure you preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Matter of fact, I need to do that. Oh, I wish Aunt Peggy was still with us sometimes, but she has a testimony of salvation, and she was suffering there at the end, so I wouldn't bring her back to this world. To save my life, I love her too much. Okay, now what I'm going to do before I add the milk, and the milk is buttermilk. Okay, now you want to pulse this too, because you don't want to mix your flour and stuff that much, and you want to put cold butter. You want to make sure that butter is cold. Okay? Alright. And then you process it. That's it. Don't do it anymore. Okay, now you're going to take 3/4 cup buttermilk. Make sure you shake that up, get that butter tasting red, so you can smell that butter as you open it. And then go ahead and put your buttermilk inside your processor on top of all your ingredients. Close up your milk. Put it in the fridge and get it out of your way because you gotta knead your dough a little bit. Okay. Put the cover back on your processor. And if you don't want a biscuit dough facial, make sure you put your guide back in the hole. Now you want to pulse it again because you don't want to knead this very much. That's it. That's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. You're done with the processor. Actually, you can process it one more time. Hold on. Because there's still some loose pop. Do it with a wooden spoon, that way your batter won't stick to it. It's done enough. If you knead it too much, what'll happen is biscuits will come out hard. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generously flour my surface. Like so. People might criticize me for using a tool in the kitchen because they didn't do that back in the old days. Well, Aunt Peggy would have. You gotta realize that carpenters, bricklayers, they all have their power tools, correct? Well, your country cook, your fancy chef, your gourmets are no exception. They have power tools as well. I mean, how many years has it been? I mean, those of us that are young enough to watch this video probably have never seen our mothers not mix cookie batter by hand. They use an electric mixer or cake batter. Okay, now you want to get your dough together. Lower this down. Put your dough together. Don't knead it. Just get it together. Flatten it out. It's about 1/4 to 1/2 inch diameter. Because, like I said, the more you knead, you can end up kneading it too much and your biscuits will come out of the oven really hard. And like I did the other day, do not leave. And if it gets a little sticky, feels a little wet, let's go ahead and sprinkle more, a little bit of flour on top, not a whole lot. Okay, that's about what it looks like. And I'll show you a trick that I do. This is my baking sheet. I foiled it. That's a whole lot easier. And greasing. Okay. Now I'm going to get these cut. Sometimes you need to reform your dough. Okay. Sheet of biscuits. Sheet of biscuits. Got to end this because